The Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos is putting in all the work with Chock Chapple. March 7, 2025. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos has been working to keep her relationship with Chock Chapple going, but with Joan putting in all the effort while Chock pushes back against her ideas. I'm not sure I understand what's going on between them. Throughout their time together on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock built a foundation they'd be able to build a relationship from. While Joan was happy getting to know the group of guys on the series, her relationship with Chock became the strongest connection of the season quickly, and the couple's engagement was ultimately a given. The Golden couple were quick to share their future plans after the season aired. While Joan and Chock were enjoying getting to know one another throughout the season's airing, the Golden Bachelorette couple were breaking down what their future plans would look like as well. Sharing with the world that they intended to move to New York City in a part-time arrangement, Joan and Chock revealed that they wanted to get to know each other's home states and then find a neutral space to grow together. Unfortunately, Joan and Chock's NYC plans have struggled to materialize in a real way. The tide could be shifting for the couple as they get closer to finding a solution to their long-distance love. Joan's NYC dreams aren't what Chock wants. Although Joan and Chock have been doing the best they can to stay close while their relationship is long-distance, it's been clear that there's been some difficulty in presenting a united front, especially surrounding their NYC move. Throughout the past season, Joan and Chock have been back and forth from each other's home states and spent a lot of time trying to narrow down what they want moving forward. While Joan has been visiting New York intermittently as well, Chock has been less present on trips, instead choosing to remain in Kansas. While Joan's been exploring real estate, Chock's stayed put. While it's clear that Chock is happy with Joan and vice versa, it appears that the couple are struggling to connect when it comes to their future. Joan and Chock have been open about wanting to find somewhere to live together, but after returning to their homes and being in their own spaces, it seems like Joan is more eager to move than Chock is. While Joan's space in Maryland is close to her kids and grandkids, Chock's business is keeping him tied to the idea of staying in Kansas. Though Joan may want NYC, Chock has some other plans. Chock's refusal to leave Kansas forces Joan to work harder. With Chock seemingly refusing to move away from Kansas, it's possible Bachelor Nation is seeing a rift between the couple. Though it's not confirmed, it appears that Chock is more interested in staying in Kansas long-term than moving to New York City. While he's been open about the idea in the past, it's been a while since Bachelor Nation has heard about him moving at all, let alone to NYC. Instead, Chock has been sharing posts that heavily feature Kansas-owned brands and activities, making it clear that he's invested in Wichita, not New York the way he'd said to Joan. Although Chock hasn't come directly out and shared that he's not happy with the idea of moving to New York, even part-time, he's been clear that he's going to focus his content on his current home. Chock's doing his best to make things right with Joan, of course, but his decision to try staying in Kansas has made Joan's life a lot harder. Rather than being able to travel around with her, Chock has put the majority of their long-distance relationship navigation on Joan, making her life even more difficult. While Joan may be irritated, she's putting in work. Joan and Chock's relationship should be mutually beneficial. Although Joan and Chock have been open about the way their relationship has functioned thus far, it's clear that the couple are hiding something about their long-distance relationship currently. While Joan has been putting in the work by traveling around from Kansas to New York to Maryland and back again, she's also been doing more than Chock by way of keeping her relationship together. While Chock may have other responsibilities in Wichita that keep him from consistently traveling, he doesn't appear to be trying to keep things moving along smoothly at all. Joan is doing more than her fair share. Even though Joan and Chock have been doing their best to keep their relationship moving forward, The fact that Joan is doing more work than Chock shows a clear divide in their time together. While Joan may not feel the effects of doing more in the relationship yet, it's something that will wear on her and Chock as they continue in their relationship. As partners, Joan and Chock should be supporting each other in a way that's mutually beneficial for them. While Joan's traveling may help in the short term, Chock has to bend to Joan's will somewhere as well. I don't understand why Chock won't bend for Joan. As it becomes increasingly clear that Joan's NYC dreams aren't meshing with the fact that Chock wants to stay put in Kansas, I'm not understanding how this pair is going to meet in the middle. After announcing their NYC plans, it felt clear that they'd made an agreement that bordered on compromise, and Joan was interested in making a move that would benefit her well as Chock. While I assumed Chock was on the same page, he doesn't appear to be interested in bending for Joan in the same way she is for him, which could cause problems moving forward. While Joan and Chock have been happy together since their time on The Golden Bachelorette, the tide could be shifting for the couple as they get closer to finding a solution to their long-distance love. Though Joan may be willing to sacrifice her NYC dreams for Chock, I'm not convinced that she's going to be happier if she gives up something she clearly wants for Chock to stay put in Kansas. Though she may be willing to move to his home state, the fact that Joan will always be the one bending for Chock doesn't really sit well with me. In episode 5, Joan and Chock finally had their much-anticipated one-on-one date. They shared a romantic dinner, and Joan did most of the talking, opening up about her past and her hopes for the future. Chock was engaged, nodding along, but when it was his turn to reciprocate, his responses were vague. The internet exploded with reactions. Some fans argued that Chock is just a man of few words, while others believe he's hesitant to express something that isn't there. He's emotionally unavailable, one viewer commented on Reddit. I feel like Joan is chasing him too hard. She deserves someone who matches her energy, another tweeted. But are these fans reading too much into it? Some believe Chock is taking a mature, steady approach and doesn't want to rush his emotions on reality TV. The other men are stepping up. While Joan focuses on Chock, the other men in the house have been stepping up their game. Pascal Abgai, another frontrunner, has made his feelings for Joan crystal clear. He's initiated deep conversations, planned romantic gestures, and even reassured her when she's doubted herself in the process. Then there's Robert M., whose smooth talking and confidence have left an impression on both Joan and the audience. Fans are wondering, if Chock doesn't step it up soon, will Joan turn her attention elsewhere? Is Joan setting herself up for heartbreak? As much as audiences adore Joan, many worry she might be setting herself up for disappointment by investing so much energy into Chock without getting the same level of enthusiasm in return. Joan is a strong, independent woman who knows what she wants. But is she ignoring the red flags? Some fans think so. If she keeps putting in all the effort and he's not matching her, it's a problem, a viewer posted in a Golden Bachelorette Facebook group. Others think Joan should take a step back and let Chock do some of the work. If he truly cares for her, he'll step up. If not, maybe it's time she considers one of the other suitors vying for her attention. The verdict: is Chock worth the effort? While it's clear Joan has strong feelings for Chock, the real question is, does he feel the same way? It's possible he's just a slow burner, someone who takes time to process emotions before fully diving in. But it's also possible that he's just not as invested as Joan is. The coming episodes will be crucial. If Chock starts making an effort, planning surprise dates, having deeper conversations, and showing vulnerability, it will prove that he just needed time to catch up to Joan's level of affection. But if he continues with vague responses and a passive approach, fans fear Joan might end up heartbroken. What's next for Joan and Chock? Rumors are swirling that the next few episodes will feature a major shakeup in Joan and Chock's dynamic. Will he finally put in the effort, or will she realize she deserves someone who will? One thing is for sure, the Golden Bachelorette has never been more dramatic, and fans will be watching closely to see if Joan's efforts pay off or if she's fighting a losing battle. What do you think? Is Chock Chapple into Joan, or is she doing all the work? Let us know in the comments.